Good morning, Gears of War fans. This is Wesatron. Today we're going to be taking a look at NECA's Gears of War 3 Journey's End Marcus. Now this figure originally was supposed to be a GameStop exclusive. I believe it was actually moved into the, the third wave of the Gears of War 3 line because NECA was having problems at the time with their manufacturing company. The ones who were actually building the figures over in China. This is around the same time they were having trouble with their Predators and things like that. You remember some of the elbows breaking and the initial line of Gears of War figures. The paint apps weren't exactly what they wanted, so they switched factories. I think that's why this guy ended up getting pushed back. But you can see this is his look from the end of the game, or near the end at least. Slightly changed from his final look, but still. Got a nice shot of him from the side. The Gears logo there. Little bio. Spoilers? No, not really. Nothing major there. Cross cells across the bottom. Get to see all the other guys out right now, including the Cog Soldier. We'll be taking a look at him soon. I don't know if I'm going to open the Theron Guards or not. We'll have to decide. Kind of a silly picture of him on the side, making his O face. And another gear symbol. So standard clamshell packaging from NECA. I've seen it. Let's open this guy up. Let's see what he's made of. And here's Marcus out of packaging, doing my best impersonation of the roadie run. The figure itself is looking pretty good. I like the look of him. The gold Lancer is, well, the retro Lancer, I guess, is, I guess, supposed to be an homage to the multiplayer thing for, I think it was beta testers. Actually, I think I have one of these. Beta testers, very early on, would get this for hitting certain achievements during the beta. So you can see everything looks really nice. They did some nice weathering on it. The bandages are all black. All the metal is chromed. Or all the metal is chromed. It's gold. It looks really nice. I dig it. This Marcus does not have the lateral hinges in his shoulder, so it does make it a bit more difficult for him to hold the weapon. But realistically, at this point in the game, as far as this to be accurate, he didn't have the gun anyway. That was like the first thing he threw down, if I remember the cinematic right. But because this is the Gold Lancer, I'm assuming this is supposed to be his multiplayer version, in which case he should have his Kyle Broflovski froed out hair, but he doesn't. If you remember, that's one of the other things he takes off is his bandana at the end of the game. Showing off the face sculpt here. He looks really nice. Well, he doesn't look nice. He's an ugly son of a bitch, but he looks good sculpt-wise. I'm not the biggest fan of NECA's choice to make him look very old. They've done that with a lot of their Marcus figures, and I never really thought of Marcus as being a really old guy. He's just kind of gruff. For some reason, he always looks like an old man when I get a NECA figure. That's why my favorite version of him is the kind of snarling version that they released with the second Gears of War 2 Marcus, the second figure. So the new shirt is all new, as you can see. It's got a really nice detail to it. You can see all the little kind of, I don't know if you want to call them pock marks, but they almost give the illusion to me of a mesh shirt, which I'm not sure if that's supposed to be how it was in the game or not, but you can see there's a little bit of like some flesh tone down in there, which makes me think that maybe this is supposed to be kind of like a see-through shirt. His little necklace there, his cog tags are all detailed, a little sloppy in the paint job there, but not bad. You can see his tattoo on his arm. Ooh, dropping him. Come on, focus. Nice Skull Gears tattoo. His little plate of armor over here. Gloves, everything else from the waist down is all what you've seen before. He's got the canteen here. You know, little bits and bobs here. Just, you know, looks like ammunition and stuff like that. His big, like, carpenter pants. Boots, everything looks really, really nice. Everything's painted really well with washes and dry brushing, all that stuff. Just makes it look really, really, really nice, really rugged. I dig it. Articulation-wise, focus. Okay, articulation-wise, guy's got a ball-jointed head, so he's got some pretty nice side-to-side action. Excellent downrange. Back could be a little better, but it's hindered a little bit by his hair, not too much. Shoulders, if you've been watching the Gears 3 figures, you'll know the problem with the shoulders. It exists here too. I did have to boil and pop this guy, so if you see any water on him, that's why. It's because the shoulders are swivel, hinge, swivel, but the arm sculpt is designed to go over it so it's completely unseen from the outside, which is a neat idea in theory, except it greatly restricts your ability to move the arm. Like, without the lateral hinges in the shoulders like the regular figures have, he's got very, like this to there. That's his movement out of that arm. It's not great. It's not going to be able to hold both hands on the rifle convincingly. And they are wanting to get stuck a bit again already. There's a little paint down in the joints. It's just like the other figures. Double hinge elbows, unfortunately, only get him about 90-degree bend, if that, really. This side, I think, actually has got a slightly better bend to it. Swivel hinge wrists, so they can go all the way around and in and out, which is great. It'll help you kind of approximate him holding the two-handed gun pose. Really, really nice ab crunch here. Check this out. Look at that forward bend. That's great. And even better, I think, is the backward bend. Yeah, there's some of that water I was telling you about. So that's a really nice joint there. I really dig that. Swivel waist. These are the H-type hips like DCUC or Motuck uses. So forward, back, very, very nice. Better than most companies in that regard. NECA doesn't give a butt flap that prevents the leg from going back, which is really nice. It goes all the way out to the sides. The belt is very, very soft plastic, almost rubbery, so it doesn't hinder very much movement there at all. Swivel in the upper thigh. You get down to the knee, you've got a hinge, which only goes about that far. It's not going to get 90 degrees, unfortunately, because of the design of the boot. Then there's a swivel on the bottom of that, so that you can kind of adjust the look of his boots a little bit if you want to get, you know, your perfect stance there. And the heels, the ankles are interesting because I wonder if you can see up in there. Let me get this a little closer to light. There is a swivel and then a hinge and then a rocker underneath that. So essentially you've got your left and right action, you've got your forward and back action, which is pretty decent, not great, but decent, and then your slight side to side. The side to side, I think, could be really much improved on this figure, or on all the Gears figures, really. Toe hinge, not my favorite joint, but it's there, and it works, so that's good. So articulation-wise, the guy's pretty good. The only real issue I have with him is in the shoulders, where I think he could definitely use a little work. I'm just not feeling these arms. It was a big triumph for NECA to debut them. They're real excited about it. I just don't think they work as well as they probably initially hoped they would. One-handed poses look great. Two-handed, not so much. So this guy I got in a set from Figure of the Day for $60 for the whole wave. So that makes him $15. I'm expecting it to be closer to $16 when he finally hits Toys R Us. But, you know, that's kind of on them. I don't know if they're going to stick with that or not. I did see him today on Amazon for, I think, $15.99 is what it said. And that's free shipping if anybody wants to jump on that right now. Quick comparisons. We've got... This is the first edition Marcus that came in the 2-pack with the Locust, with the flaming weapons. And... you can see the head sculpt is the same, but the paint is a little different. So whereas he's got much more focus on his 5 o'clock shadow, he does not. So that's really the biggest difference head sculpt-wise from them. I think his emblem is a little smaller, but I think it actually even got bigger with the second version, or the second edition, I guess, of this figure as well. And then also I said that I really liked the head sculpt on the Gears 2 Marcus with the snarl because he looks a little younger, and I'm going to stick by that. I think he looks really nice there. You can see, you know, he's still got all the crags and the anger and rage face that Marcus should have, but he doesn't just appear old. He doesn't have the same like wrinkles that this guy's got. Like, he's got some deep laugh lines, and I don't think he laughs very much. I mean, this is Marcus freaking Fenix we're talking about. I don't think I've heard him laugh in any of the games. But yeah, so that's a simple look at this guy. He will cost you $15 to $16. Do not pay more than $20 for this figure. He's a great figure, but you got to be reasonable about what you're getting. He's still a 7-inch scale figure. He comes with one accessory. He unfortunately does not come. I was hoping he would come with another Lancer. He doesn't even actually have a way to connect the Lancer to his back, which all the other Gears figures have had so far, but it's, I guess, a little more restricted because of his look for this point in the game. However, if this is supposed to represent the multiplayer version, then it should actually be there. Just as quick 6-inch comparison so you guys who are 6-inch fans can get an idea. There's Deadpool. He's really the only 6-inch figure I have on hand right now. Most of my stuff is 7-inch. Well, wait a minute. Here's Bane. Madface. So yeah, you can see he's quite a bit taller, so he's not going to fit in easily with your 6-inch figures unless you really just like a big Marcus. But yeah, simple, easy, $16. It's a nice, simple repaint for NECA, and if you're a fan of the game, this might be his iconic look for you, kind of his what happens next look, but it's really up to you. I don't think he's going to be the big seller of the wave. I think the Cog Soldier definitely is going to take that place, but he's a solid figure. He's nice to add to the collection. I really wish they would have gone with a new head sculpt, but I can deal with it. He's a good figure. So anyway, this is Wesatron once again. Check out www.infinitehollywood.com to check out more awesome reviews and news and discussions. I just saw yesterday Newt put up a TMNT Classic Michelangelo review on there, and he looks great, so go check that out. Let Newt know what you think. If you have any questions about this figure or any comments, hit me up. Just put them in the questions or in the comments below, and I will try and get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you guys very much, and you have a good one. Peace.